Hello, we are the group number 9. We have the project team and company background. And by definition is the high equipment repair time with R&A warranty in days. So the general objective and the focus problem statement. Okay, we have here the brainstorming of the idea that consists of the causes of the problem that generate a high repair time. Among them, we have a lack of part for diagnostic, equipment upgrade, and no quality control. Other technical manager has access, limited access, and the other. Thank you, I am short.
The focus problem is at the beginning of the diagram, and this diagram is divided into 4 parts: staff, parts and pieces, process, and system. Notable roots are lack tools and materials, no stock of spare parts, lack of parts for diagnostic, limit access, network problems, equipment upgrade, no quality control, documentation for data input, lack of follow-up requests for replacement, and lack of knowledge of the new technologies. In the matrix house effect, we define variable J as high repair times and input variable X divided in 3 subgroups: entry and diagnostic of computer equipment, request for replacement and change of parts, and repair and installation of spare parts. An interview was conducted with 3 workshops operators, and the results can be seen in the last column of the table. The result was obtained by choosing the most common number among of 3 and multiply it by 10. The input variables with the greatest impact were no spare parts are available and work methodology of technician on the list.
From the Pareto diagram, causes number 8 and number 14 had the highest percentage. We choose a part 2 more that seem important to us. Next, we elaborate a failure modes effect analysis of the 4 potential causes described previously. In the column of process items, we put 4 processes that are related to the 4 potential causes. Finally, it was determined that for the process of row number 2 and row number 3, the MPR was the highest. Okay. Then the evidence of the causes that generate the greatest impact were demonstrated, which were X1, work methodology, and X2, no spare parts are available. Okay, first analysis for X1 is in this presentation that prior to this analysis, it is important to clarify that a profile was developed for each technician based on their academic level, work experience, course taken, and certification acquired to show that they have similar knowledge and are at the same technical level. It was evidence that both technicians have similar knowledge and are at the same technical level. To verify whether this cost is significant, a hypothesis test was carried out between the repair times of both technicians to show whether they were similar or different. The help of the Minitab software was used and the T of 2 samples was applied. It was concluded that there is sufficient statistical evidence that the repair times of both technicians are different. Now, the X2 is the no spare parts are available. It was proposed to carry out 10 cases that we know in advance that the original spare parts you require is not available, and instead it is evidence that there are substitute products. The approach is to analyze both operators of the RMA department when they must identify whether there is a substitute product or not. Now, In this table, we have that the second column indicates the number of substitute product options that are available in the warehouse as an alternative to respond to the replacement requirements and to be able to carry out the repair. The column 4 indicates the alternatives of substitute products considered by the operators of the RMA department. Thank you.
Here we have the 5W technique. In the first row, we have the variable X's, in which the first one is no spare parts are variable. Then the first Y is operators don't consider substitute spare parts. The second Y is they are based on the criteria of only using original parts. Then they don't comply with the requirements for the use of substitute products of the workshop administrators. And the root causes is they don't comply with the requirements for the use of substitute products of the workshop administrator. Then the second first Y for the first variable X is operator declared that they don't have original spare parts and substitute. Then the second Y is they don't know the existing inventory in the warehouse. The third Y is they don't report the existing inventory periodically within the workshop. And the root cause of it is the inventory within the workshop is not reported to the operators. And the last variable X is work methodology. The first Y is only the manager with spare parts. The second Y is operators not trying to manage the company's spare parts. The third way is lack of knowledge of administrative tools and for inventory replenishment. And the root cause is technicians have not been trained to work efficiently and standardize it.